Who is Sharon Richardson now, and how did being in prison for 20 years make her who she is today? My time in prison helped me to find myself. It helped me to identify with people. I utilized a lot of who Sharon was, right? All of the pieces that were put in me, the seeds that were put into me as a kid, and now they were being watered inside of a prison, right? What way to come to life, to come to self. It developed in me a place to have a passion for other people, have a understanding of who people are and how people can walk from one avenue into another, can develop a place where people want to give back, right? And understand people's lives and how we're not all perfect, right? And that we should not judge one another because of a situation. We don't know what caused that situation. And that's what makes me a good executive director. That's what makes me a good owner of a justice-involved catering company. That's what makes me a good person to tell my story and to help others tell their story and be accepted. And it's very difficult, but I learned all of that from being inside. I remember like it was yesterday when my mom fell sick, with handcuffs and shackles on. I talked to my mom and the tears just came down the side of her face, so I knew she was hearing me. And I was basically giving her permission to go, and just telling her that no matter what, I was going to be all right. But lo and behold, when I got back, they allowed the women to cook food. And why they decided to do that, I have no clue. And I remember us just sitting there crying and eating, eating and crying and eating, eating and crying. It was food at that moment that created this moment that you can never forget about. And it made me realize that food is healing. Food is a process. Food is a means of bringing people together on good days, bad days, sorrowful days, painful days. Creating this company and then connecting it to a justice-involved meaning to be able to hire formerly incarcerated women only. It all goes together. And so this is how Just So Catering and the Entrepreneurship Culinary Internship Program was developed. But it was important for me to create this program in a way where it doesn't feel like the traditional reentry program. I wanted to make sure that we had programs that women would feel like, wow, I want to be part of Reentry Rocks because they're doing things that are different. And so we created the Entrepreneurship Culinary Internship Program, which at that time was a 12-week program, 2 days a week, stipend paid. You graduate, get your food handler certificate, and then possibly come and work for Just So Catering. And we've done up to date 10 events, and we've fed hundreds of people all over New York City. We need at least $250,000 to $1 million to be able to get our kitchen up and running, a place where New York City can see that this is owned by a formerly incarcerated person, hires formerly incarcerated people, gives them jobs, gives them a place to work, and at the same time we're giving back. That would be so amazing, so brilliant to be able to have something like that in New York City because it doesn't exist. Not only would this funds help us to purchase food, to create meals, to give to our wonderful people in New York City, places like Presbyterian Hospital, Mount Sinai Hospital, Children of Essential Workers, all of these different places. It would also help us pay the workers because people were out jobs. You know, people were being told to stay home, and, you know, already Reentry Rocks and Just So Catering was in a small type of setting. We don't have a lot of workers, and we were just trying to build and create because we're working towards eventually getting our own kitchen. In my mind, I'm saying, you're executive director over your own nonprofit. You can create some type of a hub where women and girls could actually come to and hear the stories of those that were formerly incarcerated. It's going to be like a safe haven. And if we can raise enough money to create that hub, who knows who would see something like that and say, you know what, we need to make this bigger, or let's use this same model all over the country. I don't know, I see it happening. It's a dream, it's a passion, it's a drive. Our team is building, we are pulling together, and we're gonna make this happen. And we're telling everyone in our path, you know, that we just need help. You know, we need to find someone who believes in what it is that we're doing and saying, you know what, we're gonna help them. This is gonna happen, and we're gonna help them build out and create this wonderful idea in space.